Welcome to JWL Sports, where we review all the best sports clips from around the world. Now you're probably wondering, why should I watch over here instead of anywhere else? And that's because over there, they don't care about what you have to say. They don't even read any of the comments. But I think it's the opposite. I think we know exactly what we're talking about. So I read every single comment. So if you think what I'm saying is the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, let me know in the comments below. If you think what I'm saying is the most amazing thing, then definitely please let me know. Either way, let's get into some discussions, let's get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. So without further ado, let's get to it. We're watching a clip of Colin Cowherd, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, with Rick Bucher, talking about the NBA, discussing a few topics about the Warriors and the Lakers, the Warriors apparently want to really move forward keeping the big three together, Draymond, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, despite them getting older and stuff like that. And I think that really does make sense to keep that nucleus. There is the philosophy of just get rid of everyone but Steph, and I don't know if that's the right approach to go, especially because I think the fans also want that nucleus, and they want to see them kind of, if the ship is going to be sinking, then they want to do it together in a lot of ways. And I think the fans would appreciate that more than watching potentially Steph play with a bunch of guys that no one really knows, right? And especially the fans now taking on a new team. So I think that really makes sense. I am curious to see what Bucher has to say about the Lakers, because it seems like a lot of people are high on the Lakers right now. I'm personally not, so I'm really curious to see what Bucher has to say about that. So let's just jump right into it.
Yesterday afternoon, I'm at the gym, and a buddy of mine's a Warrior fan, and he goes, "Have you heard Klay's not starting, and he's not hurt?" And I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Yeah. And then there's the couple games ago, Klay was a little salty with Steph Curry, so I would imagine, you know the organization well, this is predictably hard, right? Klay's a good guy, but it's hard.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's hard because, let's face it, where the Warriors are. They're 10th right now in the Western Conference. And Steve Kerr is trying to find a way to get the most out of this team just to make the playoffs, not seeding, simply to qualify. And so egos, reputations, feelings, all that is out the window at this point. Don't forget, Andrew Wiggins was benched earlier in the season as well. We don't expect that from Klay, and because historically it's the first time that he's come off the bench since he was a rookie, that's what makes it stand out. But the reality is, if Steve's going to get the most out of everybody on this team, and Klay's able to score 35 going up against other teams' second unit, and they're able to eke out a win, and keep in mind, they were still eking out a win against Utah, then that's ultimately what they are going to do. And I would say that this is also a little bit of a primer for what they are going to offer him contractually this summer.
Yeah.
I know that Joe Lacob is not wed to keeping Klay Thompson. He tried to trade him once before. But from the organization standpoint, from Draymond and Steph's position, they'd like to keep the big three together.
So the Warriors went after LeBron. It kind of felt Draymond created. It felt like a little bit of a video game trade. If I'm LeBron, listen, we're hot. We won the in-season tournament. Yeah. We're hot now. We have NBA championship length. We actually match up very well with Boston and Denver. Milwaukee's falling apart. If I was the Lakers, I'd be like, I don't think we're going to win the title, but I don't want a bunch of 19-year-old draft picks and bad expiring contracts. I wouldn't have made it if I was the Lakers. I got the Warriors wanting it. I get that. I don't get the Lakers wanting to move off LeBron. That was my take. What's yours?
LeBron didn't want to go anywhere. I don't know where the Lakers were, but we never got there because LeBron is not leaving L.A. Well, regardless, they're going to draft Bronny James, or they're going to pick him up undrafted, and that's how this show is going to continue. The mistake made here by the Warriors is the fact that
he's saying this like that's a fact. And I just did a video about that and posted it yesterday, so definitely check that out. It was on Undisputed talking about that. and there was kind of some of these rumors about that. I mean, that, oh man, he's saying this like that's a done deal, and that's insane. That is such a waste of a pick. Bronny James, I'm not telling you, and I'm not gonna rehash everything that I just said in the last video from yesterday. I'm not here to critique Bronny James, okay? I'm not here to say that he's not good, he's never going to be good, this, that, and the third. But let's be very, very, very clear that if the Lakers draft Bronny James, they are no longer serious about trying to win a championship, which means LeBron James is no longer serious about winning another championship. Need proof? LeBron James, starting like 10 years ago, didn't want new draft picks, want younger players. Okay? And understandably so. He's like, I'm the big dog. I'm in my prime. I'm the seasoned vet. I'm older. Stop bringing me these 19, 20-year-olds. I don't want that. I need men right now. I don't need boys. I need men who have experience in the NBA, know how to play. Let's go. And again, that's understandable. We've seen LeBron James want that. We've seen Steph Curry want that, right? Everyone was getting frustrated with Jordan Poole. We've seen Patrick Mahomes do that. We've seen Tom Brady want that. Aaron Rodgers, maybe not Patrick Mahomes. I don't think I meant to say Patrick Mahomes. You want seasoned vets like that, not these young guys. Although we've seen this past season Patrick Mahomes struggle with the younger guys. And so it's like when you're that good and you've already been established in the league, you don't want these young guys. And that is consistent with LeBron James over at least the last decade. No ifs, ands, or buts. And now he wants to play with a 19-year-old. And again, from a family father dynamic, I totally get it. 100%. Play with your son. Do your thing, once in a lifetime opportunity. That's amazing. You get to play with your son for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's really beautiful. That's great. That's exciting. That's awesome. It's box office, it's entertainment. The ratings are going to be through the roof. People are going to be talking about it more than they talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. But let's not pretend that it's going to help them win. Let's not pretend that it's a great competitive move, that it's a great organizational move by the Lakers, unless they just want to sell tickets and, boost their money on for like revenue, which I don't know how that necessarily works if those contracts are already locked and loaded. So I don't know if, let's say, they draft Bronny James and now they get, I guess they would probably make more money because they would just have more nationally televised games than they already do, right? And it would just be all over the place, right? It's good for brand building for Lakers, even though they're already obviously a massive brand. But again, let's not get it twisted. This is not the move that you do with LeBron James, who's already old and near the end of his career. Literally, like Colin just said about the Warriors trying to trade pieces to the Lakers, and how Colin just said if he was the Lakers, he goes, we don't want a bunch of random 19-year-olds and bad expiring contracts and draft picks. We don't want that. We don't need that with LeBron James. And then you're going to go out and get that with Bronny James, right? So to me, that's all the proof you really need right there. So it's just a bad move. And I think it's also then used as an excuse for LeBron James. I just talked to someone in the comments today, actually, before making this video. I think there was a little bit of confusion about what I said last video, because I think LeBron James does want to win an NBA Finals, another championship. But if he decides to go chase his son and play with his son, which again, understandably from a personal perspective, he is no longer about winning. And then I think he gets to kind of use that as an excuse, right? It kind of gets to be the Michael Jordan Wizard years, right? Where it's kind of like Michael Jordan's like, I'm not trying to win a championship, man. I'm just trying to ball. So you don't even count this against my legacy. I just still want to play, man. And I think that's what it would be with LeBron. It's like, hey, you know what? Even if we get to the playoffs and we lose first round, or we don't even make the playoffs, I'm here to play with my son. That's what I care about, right? And I think he might not necessarily say that during the season, but it will be years, after he retires 5 years ago, that's what he'll say. That's what he will focus on, and that'll be the reason why not. And it also could be that LeBron maybe knows that his years are actually limited. He's sure everyone looks like, hey, this guy can keep playing, but only LeBron knows his body, right? None of us do. And so maybe LeBron's like thinking, hey, I know I'm looking good right now. I know it looks like I can keep going, but like, I don't have a couple more years of this. He goes, I'm feeling like my body's going to collapse at any moment. Maybe that's the way he really feels. And so he's just like, I just want to play with Bronny just at least 1 year. And then, there we go. I'm out. See ya. I mean, I don't know, right? None of us really knows. But the one thing that we can be for certain, him playing with Bronny James and being okay with that and using a draft pick for that and a roster spot for that, it means it's no longer about winning. And it's indisputable to me. Indisputable. And again, just look at LeBron's track record with that. Okay? He gets rid of the young players, doesn't want them. He'd rather play with the weird, Russell Westbrook, in that line. An aging old past his prime Dwayne Wade. Like when they played together for a minute with the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? You'd rather play with an old Carmelo Anthony and an old Dwight Howard. Okay? Right? Like that's what he does. That's what he does. He's the young guys, he says, get them out of here. I don't want them even in the locker room. I have nothing, I can't relate to them. I'm damn near double their age. I literally have children their age. I'm not trying to be their daddy. And now he's going to be a literal daddy in the locker room. Come on. That changes everything. So, those are my thoughts on that. This video did not go as much as I planned because I feel like Bucher just kind of dropped a bomb because he didn't say it like it was a prediction. Bucher is very connected in the NBA. So I think the fact that he just said that, he sees it as pretty much like that is what he's being told. That is what's going to happen. So I'm going to take that to the bank personally. But what do you guys all think? Do you think that it's actually a good move and it'll actually help the Lakers win or help LeBron James' legacy? Would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know them in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe. As I said, we are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.